Welcome to Mav's second defensive series. After scoring a touchdown, he has a 7-0 lead, 39 seconds in the first quarter. Ball's on the 20 with the 1st and 10 for his opponent. If you're looking at what the opponent is in here, he is in a split tight set out of the gun. So he has his X receiver over to the left here, slot, and then his Z. The play he is running is called the, what is it? Vertical shorts. So his two outside receivers are running vertical routes, and his slot receiver here is running a speed cut out or a speed out. Now, the backs here staying in the block in this case, which is probably a smart thing considering Mav is calling Crossfire 3 again. Now, he gives a different wrinkle to it. Obviously, his opponent here doesn't know this, but normally where he has this guy blitzing here, he's not blitzing this time. He's dropping into coverage. So this looks like a completely different play from what he's actually been calling. And I think the reason he's doing this and staying in this is he likes to disguise. He does a good job of disguising his different plays. So we'll look at this real quick. He makes the adjustments here. So he still has his deep defenders here. Now he actually drops him off. So this is kind of a quarters coverage. Each guy's a quarter of the field. He has 4 deep. Very hard to get anything deep off of. Now underneath, he's got this guy in a curl to flat, hook zone this time instead of running the crossfire, and then here instead of going curl to flat, he's got him in a hook zone. Now, if you remember, I said there was a speed cut right here. That's going to come into play. We'll look at this and then we'll discuss. So as he's making his things, ball snapped, wide open on the outside, throws it, makes the catch, just barely keeps him in bounds. He throws it a bit late. So, like as we said, because this is a hook zone here, that essentially hurts him. With the speed out, even earlier when he was calling the double hitches, which I think is why he's calling this, he does this with this, and then he had the arrow route. That was what he was doing earlier. Now he goes with the speed out. Either way, the flat route's going to be wide open. In this case, he gives him a deeper out here, about a 10-yard out, because he has 2 guys playing the same exact zone just about. As you can see there, the linebacker widens a little bit. He plays in his hook. After he gets the initial jam on the slot receiver, he drops into his hook zone. So basically you have 2 guys covering an area that has no receivers, and obviously you have a free receiver roaming here where there's just a ton of real estate. So that would be my one thing. I would have this guy always going to at least a flat zone, if not the curl to flat. Normally I would have him go curl to flat just because of what you were seeing earlier with that arrow route. Either way, that'll put him in better position to make tackles on this guy, because if this guy throws the ball right, well, he throws it pretty much right now, that's a little late. That's why he almost throws an incomplete pass. If he saw it right here and he throws it now, this guy's got his shoulders turned. He can't see the ball. All right, he has to honor this deep route. So now if he throws it right now, this guy catches the ball right about here, turns upfield, and has a monster play, maybe even a touchdown. So be aware of that. If you're making the adjustments, you want to make sure you have at least some sort of coverage in the flat area, whether it's curl to flat or all the way to the flat. Yeah, this still could have been, if he goes with the complete flat on this, this still could be caught for a first down, but if this guy throws it on time, which he should have, then that could negate a huge play. Alright, play number 2 of Mav's second defensive series here. As you can see, the offense is in a spread set tight, or spread close. He has his back over to the right in the gun. Mav is in the same defense. He's in the, well, actually, yeah, it's still 3-4 over. He's still running the crossfire, making his adjustments. As we'll see in a second here, he actually just flips it essentially, so it's going the opposite way in this case. His opponent here is running a mesh play, I believe, so that includes 2 shallows here, a corner, and I believe this is a go. And I can't quite remember if he runs a flare or stays in the block. We'll have a watch and see. Alright, so let's run through the play and then we'll discuss. Like I said, Mav is running basically the same play he ran the last time. So he's got 4 deep. These guys will be working pretty much similar parts of the field. Underneath here, he has him running a hook zone this time, him running his hook, curl to flat to this receiver, this 2 receiver side. So we'll run the play, see what happens, and discuss. He's got the mesh, hits the under route, gets about 8 yards on that. So as we go through, like I said, Mav has this double hook zone again. As you can see right there, so he's in a hook. He actually works his way out a little bit, so that helps him. He almost runs a curl to flat on this, so that does help him a little bit. If I am his opponent, I am hitting one of these crossers a bit earlier. I want to hit him in here. You can see how much space there is. So if he can hit one of them early, that'll give him room to turn up and make a play. Neither his corner nor his go route are really open. He can try to throw this to the outside here and maybe make it, but it's still pretty tight coverage, it looks like. So really his opponent makes a good decision. He hits the shallow, turns it up, get as many yards as he can, which is 8 yards in this case. Mavs, it was just a good call for the defense. Mavs guys couldn't get quite flat, and that is a very difficult route to cover. You have to really know what's coming to user it, really, or see it right away to user it, to bring this guy down here to pass him off to the next level. So outside of that, I mean, at this point here, he's covered. Now Mav maybe can come up tight to help out here, maybe even bump him because he's still inside the 5 yards. But outside of that, this is just a very hard play to defend. Makes a good catch, gets 8 yards on it. So really just a good call to go against the defense that was called.